Good morning students, I welcome you all for the online class of business studies. Today in the class we will be going to learn the international business, the further topics related to international business, the terms and conditions, the important documents needed for the import and export of the goods that we will be going to carry on today's class. Today we have yesterday's class we had completed import procedure. Now let us see what are the important documents. As you can see, specimen of bill of lading. Bill of lading, it includes, what do you mean by first of all the bill of lading? Bill of lading is an important document, students, which is made at the time of import. The specimen of bill of lading, you can see there, shipped in apparent good condition and order by PS Enterprise. This is the format how it is made by the exporter of the goods in favor of importer. So bill of lading is a statement in which the exporter makes to make the payment by the importer. Airway bills, the important document, another important document. This document is the same as bill of lading with only one difference, that it is issued by airway company and not by shipping company. When goods are transported through airways, then instead of bill of lading, the exporter gets airway bill. Certificate of inspection, when we talk, this certificate is issued by the Export Inspection Agency. This certifies that export consignment has been inspected as per the specification of Quality Control and Inspection Act. So that is certificate of inspection, student. It is issued by the Export Inspection Agency, and this certifies that the export consignment has been inspected as per the specification of Quality Control. Certificate of origin, when we talk, student, this certificate is issued by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry by Export Promotion Council or by a government department. This document certifies that the goods to be exported are originally from the home country only or exporter's country only. Bill of exchange, when we talk, this is a document relating to the payment for the goods supplied accordingly to Negotiable Instrument Act. The bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person or to pay a certain amount of money only to or the order of a person or to the bearer of the instrument. In case of external trade, the exporter draws a bill of exchange on the importer asking him to make payment to the specified bank. So bill of exchange is an important document, student. It is related to the payment for the goods supplied. It is a negotiable instrument because ownership of the goods can be transferred from one person to another. It is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, that exporter, directing a certain person, that is the importer, to pay a certain amount. That is bill of exchange. Auxiliary export documents. Another important document, the additional documents which is needed for the export documents are as follows. Very first, pro forma invoice. It is an offer made by the exporter to the importer. In this, he specifies the details of good he will be able to supply to importer. This document contains details like quantity, price, quality of goods, etc. So this is pro forma invoice, student. It is an offer made by the exporter to the To the importer. Next, intimation of inspection. Definitely exporter will make to the export council to send a person to make an investigation of the goods before delivery. So this document is given by the exporter to Export Inspection Agency. This is to inform the agency to send an inspector for inspection of goods to be exported. Shipping instructions. This document is prepared by the exporter for instructing the shipping company about the goods to be exported in their ship. Insurance declaration. This document is prepared by the exporter who wants to take insurance policy. In this document, he makes a declaration relating to insurance policy. Shipping order. This document is used by the shipping company. It gives confirmation to the exporter about the booking of space on board the ship. Mate's receipt, student. Mate's receipt is issued by the captain or chief officer of the ship. This receipt is an acknowledgement that goods are boarded on the ship. This receipt states the conditions of the goods. If goods are in good condition and these are packed properly, then a clean Mate's receipt is issued by the captain of the ship. But if he is not satisfied about the packing or condition of the goods, then he will issue a false Mate's receipt. The exporter must insist on clean meats receipt only, because in the future also it will get affected if the packaging is not good, because importers can claim for such a type of fall type of packaging. So shipping order, what it is, this document is issued by whom? Shipping company. It gives confirmation to the exporter about the booking space. Shipping instruction, what? This document is prepared by the exporter for instructing the shipping company about the goods. So first shipping instruction is done, and after the goods are loaded, shipping order is issued by the shipping company. Insurance declaration, it is made by the exporter that insurance of the goods has been taken place. Mates receipt, as I already explained to you, it is issued by the captain or chief officer of the ship. This receipt is acknowledgement that goods are boarded on the ship. But if exporter had not made the packaging good, then he will not be getting a clean mates receipt, he will get a full mate receipt. Whereas when the goods are packaged properly and in a good condition, the shipping company will issue to the exporter the clean mates receipt. Generally, every exporter wants to get a clean mates receipt only. Application for certificate of origin. This application is prepared by the exporter and submitted to the Chamber of Commerce and Industry for obtaining the certificate of origin. Letter to banks for collection of documents. This document is sent by the exporter to banks. It contains instruction regarding the shipping document to be collected. So letter to banks for collection of documents is also made. This is sent by whom? By the exporter to banks. It contains instruction regarding shipping document to be collected. Specimen of the mates receipt. Mates receipt, Riggs and Kunal Steamship Company Limited, Port of Mumbai, received in good order and condition on board the Yan-V for delivery at Chicago, subject to the conditions of the bill of lading of this line. Import document, students. The important document used in import procedure is bill of entry. Bill of entry is an important document prepared by the importer when he gets information regarding the arrival of goods at port. This document contains the details of goods such as quantity, price, weight, etc., so that the custom duty can be calculated. There are three types of bill of entry. One is bill of entry for home consumption, second is bill of entry for warehousing, third is export bill of entry. Bill of entry for home consumption, when we talk, this bill of entry is prepared when the importer is paying the custom duty for the whole lot of goods and taking for delivery of all the goods. This bill of entry is white in color. Bill of entry for warehousing, when we talk, the bill of entry is prepared when the importer does not pay the duty on imported goods and would like to transfer the goods in bonded warehouse. This is yellow in color. Export bill of entry, this bill of entry is prepared when the importer wants to get delivery of goods from the bonded warehouses. This is green in color. So, bill of entry can be of three colors, one for home consumption, one for warehousing, and one for export bill of entry. So what we are doing, this bill of entry is prepared when the importer is paying the custom duty for the whole lot of goods and taking the delivery of all the goods. This bill of entry is white in color, whereas bill of entry for warehousing, this bill of entry is prepared when the importer does not pay the duty on imported goods and would like to transfer the goods in bonded warehouses. This is yellow in color. Specimen of bill of entry, when we see bill of entry is further classified into following points: vessel, master or agent, port of shipment, post of destination. These are the headings, followed by subheadings: packages, quantity. So this is a specimen of bill of entry, students. Downside, you can see total value and total duty is also mentioned separately. Important terms used in external trade. Important terms used in external trade are as follows. Very first, free on board, FOB. Under the FOB contract, the exporter is liable and bears the risk till the delivery of the goods on the ship. After this, importer has to bear all the cost and risk of loss, damage from this point onwards. Cost and freight, when we see under CFR contract, the exporters are expected to pay the cost and freight to bring the goods to the port of destination in the importer's country, after the importer bears the risk of loss or damage to goods. So that is cost and freight. Cost, insurance and freight. In the last chapter also we have learned CIF. Under CIF contract, the exporter has to bear the cost and freight of all till the importer's port. Along with these expenses, the exporter has to take a insurance policy also. After the destination port, the importer bears the risk of loss or damage to goods. That is cost, insurance and freight. So under CIF the contract, the exporter has to bear the cost and freight till the importer's port. World Trade Organization, student, the next topic of the chapter, WTO. It plays a very vital role in binding the two more countries for doing the trade. It maintains not only the trade but also the peace among the countries through the way of trade. So World Trade Organization is a corporate body organization, is the only global international organization which deals with the rules and regulations of trade between different nations. It was established on 1st January 1995. Nature of World Trade Organization, when we see, WTO deals with the sales of trade between nations at global level. It contains contracts signed by government to bind the government to keep their trade policy within the agreed terms. It operates with the purpose of liberalizing trade and free flow of goods and services in the international market. WTO settles disputes through some neutral procedure. Its main function is to ensure the trade flows as smoothly and freely as possible. So nature of World Trade Organizations are, it settles disputes through some neutral procedure. Its main function is to ensure that trade flows as smoothly and freely as possible. Benefits of WTO or role of WTO when we talk, major benefits of World Trade Organization are, it promotes international peace, it settles disputes among member nations, it makes international trade very smooth by framing common rules and regulations, it helps in economic growth of developing countries by giving them preferential treatments, free trade helps in providing quality products and improving standard of living of peoples. Agreements of WTO, when we talk, major WTO agreements are General Agreements on Tariff and Trades, GATT. GATT came into existence on 1st January 1948 and remained in force till December 1994. In 1994, GATT was modified, it was liberalized, it got freedom, and it also included certain special agreements involved to deal with specific or no tariff barriers. This agreement defines the general rules and regulations which are binding on all the countries involved in foreign trade. Agreements on textile and clothing ATC. Under ATC, the developed countries agreed to remove quota restrictions during a period of 10 years starting from 1995. Earlier, developed countries were having restrictions on export and import of textiles. After this agreement, developing countries were able to expand the textile and clothing exports. So agreements on textile and clothing was done. Agreement on agriculture. This agreement was made to ensure free and fair trade practices in agriculture. Earlier agriculture trade suffered from certain drawbacks as it was highly distorted due to the use of subsidies by some of the developed countries. Under this agreement, the developed countries were ready to lower down the custom duty on their imports and subsidies to their exports. General Agreements on Trading Services GATS. Services are the acts of performance which cannot be seen or touched. GATS enforced all the running which are applicable on trading goods and on trade in services also. Three main provisions of GATS are: all member countries must remove restrictions on trade, free trade must be there. It insists that trade in services is governed by most favored nations. Obligations. This prevents countries to discriminate among foreign supplies of goods. Services. Each member country must publish its relevant law and regulation regarding trade of services. Agreement of trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. TRIPS. Intellectual property means information such as idea, invention, creative expressions, etc. This agreement sets up protection standards of 7 intellectual properties. These are copyright, trademark, patents, geographical indication, industrial designs, layout designs of integrated circuits, and trade secrets. So these was the general agreements on the basis of which WTO are working. Thank you for the class, and this our whole business studies chapter gets completed now. We will have one by one chapter revisions and case study discussions in the further classes. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.